What if I told you that 90% of Mo Salah's goals are actually scored before he even steps onto the pitch? Now that is absolutely crazy, right? But even years ago, Wayne Rooney revealed something equally shocking. He would score goals in his mind the night before they happened. Now, this isn't some sort of mystical power. It is a scientific technique that is so powerful that it can literally rewire your brain to perform better without even moving a muscle. Now, my name is Bowden. I'm a mental performance coach to Premier League players, and I'm also the author of the best-selling book, Use Your Brain, Raise Your Game. And today, I am going to show you how elite strikers have mastered the mental edge, and more importantly, how you can use the same tool to transform your game. Now just think about this for a moment. Every time you watch Mo Salah glide through defenders with perfect timing, or when you remember those impossible goals that Rooney seemed to conjure up out of nowhere, you are not just witnessing physical skill here. What you're seeing is the result of something far more powerful, a mind that is trained to see the game differently. Now, a fascinating study from the Journal of Neuropsychologica at Umeå University in Sweden, they revealed something that changes everything that we know about practice. And let me show you why this matters for your game. Now, in this study, they had two groups learning finger tapping sequences. Now, one group, they practiced physically by tapping their fingers on a table, whilst the other group, they only visualized the movements. They did not move a muscle. Now here's where it gets incredible. Both of these groups improved significantly, but in completely different ways. For those who practiced physically, the cerebellum in the brain that is responsible for motor control, this showed the most changes. But for those that practiced mentally, their visual association areas in their brain lit up and improved. They were literally building new neural pathways just by thinking. Now, even more remarkably, this mental practice actually helped them improve even untrained sequences. And this is exactly what we see in elite strikers. So when Mo Salah spends 15 minutes every morning visualizing different scenarios, he's not just daydreaming. He is rewiring his brain to recognize and exploit opportunities before they even happen. Now, years earlier, Rooney was doing the same thing. He was lying in bed, creating detailed mental memories of goals that he would score the next day. But here is what is really exciting about this science. It is not just for the elite. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined action and one that you've actually performed. So every time you practice a visualization, you are creating neural pathways that you can utilize in real games. So let's look at the specifics of how you can incorporate these mental training routines into your game. So let me share 3 powerful approaches that can transform your game right now. Now, first of all, visualize specific skills that you want to improve. So here you would close your eyes, sit up straight, focus in, and picture yourself executing these new skills brilliantly. Now, whether this is controlling the ball under pressure, delivering a pinpoint pass, or making a last-ditch tackle, the key is to imagine every detail, the feel of the ball, the sound of the crowd, the movements of your teammates and the opposition. And secondly, rehearse game scenarios. So visualization isn't just for technical skills. Here you're going to replay game situations in your mind. Picture how you're going to react when receiving the ball in a tight space, or maybe when you're facing an aggressive defender. Mentally rehearse multiple outcomes to build confidence and quick decision making. And thirdly, this is going to be great with injury recovery. So if you are sidelined with an injury, mental practice is going to help to keep your brain in the game. This study suggests that mental training can help enhance your motor skills whilst you physically recover. Now, if you are going to be utilizing visualization, as you absolutely should, make sure you keep these next 3 crucial points in mind. Now, first of all, be consistent. Treat mental practice as seriously as physical training. Set aside dedicated time for your visualization. Structure it into your week. Secondly, stay focused. Do not let your mind wander. Keep your mind focused on the movement or the scenario that you're practicing and keep it there. If your mind wanders, just practice bringing it back to the present moment, focusing on your visualization. The more that you do this, the more that you'll be training your brain to be more focused. And finally, do not replace physical training. Mental training and visualization is powerful, but it's a supplement, not a substitute. It prepares your brain, but you still need to be conditioning your body. Now just think about your development as a player. If you want to get better, you need to follow the best examples of the best players. Now they all train their minds at least as much as their bodies. And this type of visualization that we've just discussed should play a big part of your training schedule. Now the evolution of this technique in football is fascinating. From Rooney, when he was creating detailed mental blueprints before matches, to Salah's daily visualization practice. We've seen how this practice keeps evolving, but the core principle, it remains the same. Training your brain to see possibilities before they happen. Now I want to hear from you. Which aspect of your game are you going to start visualizing today? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you found this valuable, please be a great teammate and share this in your WhatsApp groups.